Welcome in Line by Line. Today we are discussing with my special guest, Manuel, a song by Offspring called Self-Esteem. Here we go.
I wrote her off for the 10th time today and practiced all the things I would say. But she came over, I lost my nerve. I took her back and made her dessert.
Now I know I'm being used. That's okay, man, because I like the abuse. Now I know she's playing with me. That's okay, because I've got no self-esteem. We make plans to go out at night. I wait till 2. Then I turn out the light. These rejections got me so low. If she keeps it up, I just might tell her so.
When she's saying, oh, that she wants only me, then I wonder why she sleeps with my friends. When she's saying, oh, that I'm like a disease, then I wonder how much more I can spend.
Well, I guess I should stick up for myself. But I really think it's better this way. The more you suffer, the more it shows you really care, right? Yeah.
Now I'll relay this little bit. Happens more than I'd like to admit. Late at night, she knocks on my door, drunk again, and looking to score.
Now I know I should say no, but it's kind of hard and she's ready to go. I may be dumb, but I'm not a dweeb. I'm just a sucker with no self-esteem. Yeah, awesome. I love this song. So, why did I pick it? I chose it because I don't really think it's a self-esteem related song, even though it's called this way. So I wanted to discuss it with a Stoic perspective specialist.
Yeah, and I think Peterson said this, like, what is it, self-esteem, or it's not a real thing, right? Like it's
yeah.
it's like one of those made-up categories that's useful as an excuse, right? Like, oh, I don't have self-esteem, so I'm not going to do it, right? Or like
oh, the excuses to do the thing you actually really want to do. Yeah, I want the girl who treats me like shit. That's it. like actually I think he's doing exactly what he wants here. But okay, let's analyze it line by line.
Yeah, probably. Okay, here we go. I wrote her off for the 10th time today and practiced all the things I would say. She came over, I lost my nerve. I took her back and made her dessert. So yeah, that's him agonizing, right? Like writing someone off for the 10th time it's like
she's not coming to him, and she's like, come to me right now.
Yeah, it's like whack-a-mole. It's like it's like this thought that just keeps popping back and like, nope, not doing it. no, I'm not gonna do it. Yeah, I think we all have those.
Yeah, I actually remember writing a message, then staying actually looking at the phone for I don't know, an hour to see if the response is coming in, and the response will not come in. I was just like staring at that phone. Maybe I would not write for 10 times. I would write once, but I would like for myself, because I don't want to admit that I'm a sucker. So I just like would stare at the phone like that.
Yeah. So writing off means that you put her in the past, right? So that it's not lying to
Oh,
her.
that's
Yeah.
oh, okay, okay. Thanks for the context. It's like writing a message.
Mhm.
Mhm.
So it's getting over her. I got over her 10 times, right? Like,
Oh my God! So he was like, "I'm done with her. I'm
yeah.
really, really done with her. Am I done with her? Yes, I'm done with her." And then he will do it 10 times, which is like not much. Like I can do it 10 times in 1 minute.
Oh yeah, but if you look at like this actual emotional acceptance, right? Like I wrote her off and like I'm done. Like and he goes do something else and he's like, oh no, I'll take her back. And that
Yeah.
yeah. Anyway, and I practiced all the things I would say. So yeah, he's anticipating there, right? Like he's like, oh yeah, she's coming over, and or I'm gonna meet her, and like
I will be a
I need to
man. I
get
will
all
tell
of
her
this.
what I think.
Yes. Yeah, I think we all have done that as well.
He will be like, "You don't treat me right," and she's like, "Oh really? How can I make it up to you?" And then he's like, "Yeah, let me make you some this strawberry pie." But also that sentence, I took her back and made her dessert. Like, what does it mean? Is it? I don't know. You
Well,
write in
it's.
comments.
I think it's relating to the next line, right? So he's chickening out, right? And then instead of
Because she's so
give,
pretty, she comes off like, and he's like, I cannot write her off just yet.
yeah, but I also get the sense that she's like really dominant, right? So he's like cowering in fear, right? Oh, she might get upset at me, and then I'm like totally screwed. I can't make her upset.
He's afraid that she's like, she will go berserk on him, and he's
Yeah.
like, I would rather feed her with the delicious dessert than hear her being mad at me for writing her off. I think he's scared that she will be super chill about it. He's like, okay, dude, whatever, bye. And then he's like, what? But I thought I meant something. That's like even more painful. He's afraid she will be upset and she's like happy about it. She's like, finally.
Finally, you grew some balls.
She's like so proud. Like, now you're a little bit more appealing.
Yeah. Now you're actually marriage material. Like I can't
I
deal
don't
with
know
this
if I
one.
go that far. Okay.
But yeah, I think the dessert thing has multiple meanings, right? Like so, it's the thing that you make at the end at the end of the meal, right? And
Yeah.
it's special. It's also sweet, right? Like it's also, when I think of it, it's kind of like has a aphrodisiac function as well, right? Like with the chocolate and like all of this, like
Like
it's
me,
sweetening.
I went immediately into strawberry and cream. Actually, like there is no chocolate. Brown is very off-putting for women. Okay.
Okay.
Now I know I'm being used. That's okay, man, because I like the abuse. Now I know she's playing with me. That's okay. I got no self-esteem. I think he actually knows exactly what he wants here. That's how I interpret that line. He's like, oh, I love it every second of it. Like that's not even self-deprecating line. I think he has integrated his desires and he knows the way he likes it. So he just chose the right girl for that.
Okay, I'm gonna be a little bit more defensive of this guy, because like what you just described, Nodrik, that's like a justification for this female
For abusing the
treating him
guy.
as like shit.
Okay.
Yeah, he wants it. Like he doesn't
loves
care
it.
that
He
I
just
treat him
said
like
it.
shit. Like he's not even like, I treat him as shit and he's not even complaining. Like he obviously wants it. but no, I think it's really sad. It's like, oh yeah, like I know what's going on, but like I can't get any better, and I guess I'll like what I get, right? Like we went into this previous thing where it was like, oh yeah, like when you give me your scraps, right? Like I feel I feel like appreciate.
I feel like you care for me. Oh my God, we should do love kernels at some point.
Love girl.
Yes. Where is my phone? I'll take it.
But I actually think that that's what he's seeing, right? Like in the abuse, he's seeing her care for him, right? Like it's like, well, if you didn't care, you
Yeah,
wouldn't
she
bother
came
with doing
around
it.
like even though he
Yeah.
was ready to write her off, she still came.
Well,
Okay, okay. Here is a true story connected to abandonment issues. It happened. I don't do this shit anymore, I promise. But when I was not yet fully matured psychologically, and I would feel I would feel like the world needs to prove to me that I'm loved and wanted, I would be really shitty to people, but really, really shitty to people. But I would see how they still kind of like me after that. And then I would be like, yeah, you like me even though I'm shitty. I guess world really likes me. Like that's a personal projection here. I think she's treating this guy in a really bad way and enjoying that even though he's very much upset at her, he's still coming after her. And that gives her kind of heals her wounds from previous traumas or something. That
yes.
might explain the bad treatment, but still coming over. Like she did come over. She did come to him to eat the dessert that he made for her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like I totally think that's what's going on. I think that's spot on. But in the line she says, "I know she's playing with me, but I don't think she's playing, right? Like
I don't think she's aware of that though. Like
yes,
she
like
might be playing, but she's not really aware.
yeah, and yeah, that's why I don't think it's a play, right? Like it's serious business, right? Like she's dealing with some stuff, uh,
Yeah.
and also it's not play for him, right? Because he's obviously like really bent over this, right? Like he's struggling with it.
Yeah.
And now he's like, oh, I got no self-esteem, right? So he's
That's
in
his
some sense
conclusion though. Like, but I don't think it's still connected to self-esteem. I think he's a hunter, and he's like, I will get you one day.
yeah.
Let me tweak it a little bit.
Yeah, so the thing I don't like about the self-esteem, no self-esteem is that he's assigning his identity as a consequence of what she's doing to him, right? Like so he's not taking active part, right? Like he's like,
No, he's using
oh.
it as an excuse to enjoy the things she does to him.
Yeah,
Like it's okay because I've got no self-esteem. That explains it. Let me like, girl, can you hurt me a little bit more? I love it.
yeah, that's a self-diagnosis.
Yeah. Also thinking about that girl that does that to a guy. Again,
Yeah.
projection that is not connected to my current state of development, but to immature me. Let's say I was 15, like that. So when I was 15, there was this guy who really liked me. And even though I liked him, I enjoyed telling him I will be there at that spot. Then I would be there at that spot, but behind the tree. And I would see him wait for me, and I would watch him wait for me. And like when is she, like, didn't she say here? Am I at the right spot? And I would be like, creep who is behind the tree, looking at that guy while he's waiting for me. just that part gave me some weird satisfaction. A place of honesty, a true story that happened to me when I was 15. Now I know, since I grew up and matured, I know it's abandonment issue. So I was healing my own wounds, but while using that guy who was absolutely infatuated with my being, and was like, where is she? Like, I will wait for an hour. I was like, let's see how long it takes. Like, we would play this game. I'm behind the tree waiting for him to go, and he would not go. And then
together but apart.
Yes, like it was a date, but it was like on my terms somehow. It was really weird, but it still happened.
It's also commitment issues.
I never repeated it in that particular form. Can you imagine? Like, I always felt like a weirdo, because I used to enjoy that sort of thing. But when I read
since
up
the
on
development
it,
of the cell phone.
I'm totally not doing it. I never did that. I don't think so. Like, I'm not yet ready to accept that I ever did that. Okay. Very honest conversations we have here in Line by Line.
Okay. We make plans to go out at night. I wait till 2. Then I turn off the light. This rejection got me so low. If she keeps it up, I just might tell her so. So yeah, like, let's just keep on the train, right? Like, so there's this promise, right? Like, we're gonna do this together, and then she's not showing up. She's not there, and he's waiting a lot longer than the guy. Like, he's waiting up till 2. Holy cow!
No, and she's like behind the window watching him waiting
Behind
for
the
her. She's like, oh my God, you're the guy who likes me. Let me enjoy this. Like, she's more weird than he thinks.
Right, but yeah, like, at this point, I just think she's scared, right? Like,
Yeah.
she was with him, and then she got swept up in the spirit, right? Like, she was excited, and then she's like, oh, but what does it mean, right? Like, I might actually like this guy, and then what?
Yeah. But I like the line, if she keeps it up, I just might tell her so. Like, he is not, I think, like, in that line, what I project, he doesn't want to tell her so, because he kind of deep inside enjoys it. Because again, he's a hunter type. He likes the chase itself rather than the prey. Imagine she would be like all over him, smothering him, like, why didn't you call? I was waiting for you. Like, imagine she was that type. He would be bored like after 5 minutes. But
so
because
you think it's
he
like
is
pride?
a dominant hunter type, yes, he has the standard. I want the girl who I will win. He will enjoy it. So the singer here, even though he says I've got low self-esteem, actually he likes the chase more than the prize. That's what I see in it.
I do think he's a drama queen.
No, but all of us are. Who is a singer, who is an artist, we are all drama queens. That's because we are sensitive type. Yes.
Yeah, so I do think that the rejection, like, I get the sense that he's trying to avoid something else, and then he's like wallowing in the rejection. Maybe he wants to like cry on the bathroom floor or something.
Yes, because you know that actually strong emotions are really pleasant to people. Like, they're like, it's either apathy or a strong emotion. And then when there is this person who can really make you suffer, as opposed to apathy, then it's like some sort of a drug, right?
Yeah, and I also think that if you're confused, right, like in life, like you don't have something that drives you, you want to have the high emotion, and then you can relate to the emotion, and you don't have to have this higher purpose. Like I think that's also playing in the background.
Yeah.
When she's saying, oh, that she wants only me, then I wonder why she sleeps with my friends. When she's saying that I'm like a disease, then I wonder how much more I can spend.
Yeah. Like I see her feeding his ego here. Like that's my projection. So she's feeding him. She's as opposed to, I don't give a shit about you. You're nobody to me. As opposed to that, she's telling him, I want only you, singer of Offspring, and I will, yeah. Um, sorry. And then she sleeps with my friends. I don't know where he got this information from his friends. Maybe his friends like, oh, she sleeps with us. But like, if you would go, spoiler alert, she sleeps with him too. So later on. But the thing is here that I project, she keeps coming at him, and that's the thing he enjoys. She's like, she wants only me, despite sleeping and trying out all of my friends. She comes back like, now I slept with Bob and Charles and Melody, all of your friends. I tried them all, even your girlfriends.
Gotta catch
Then
them all.
after that, I want only you, right? Singer of Offspring. Then yeah, and then he is like a disease. So what he's saying here, she tried out all of my friends, and then she chose me after that. Then I wonder how much more I can spend. Well, I don't know. Still, again, projection here. So I don't know how you read that line.
Well,
Imagine
okay.
being chosen after she tried out all of your friends, and then she's like, you are the one I chose after all of them.
So I'm gonna take the other side again. Like when she's coming at him and she says that she wants only me, right? Like I think she thinks she's dragging him along, right? But I just think she's just admitting the thing that she knows deep inside, and she doesn't want to acknowledge. And then she's denying it by sleeping with all the friends, right? She's just trying to get it out of her system. And then she's like, oh, you're a disease, right? Like I can't get rid of you, right? Like you've infected me, right? Like I'm just stuck with you. And yeah, like I guess back to the idea of love kernels, right? Like he's like, oh yeah, like she's really into me. Like
Yeah.
the fact that she's doing this bungee thing, right? Like that really means that she cares.
Plus, I'm pretty sure he's competing with his friends, and he wants to win. He wants to claim the final prize. It's like,
Yeah, who buys the biggest ring?
Yeah. Well, I guess I should stick up for myself, but I really think it's better this way. The more you suffer, the more it shows you really care, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he really knows what what the relationship is all about, and he's like just confirming it. What do you?
Yeah. So he's still on the edge, right? Like with his self assertiveness, right? Like being assertive to her.
Yeah.
And I think he's sensing, right, that he would break something when he actually speaks up.
That's because he
Um,
really enjoys it. Like he's like afraid to change anything because deep inside he loves it.
yeah, but there's also this element that she's not ready to admit to herself where she's at, right? And if he forces it, right? If he forces her into that position, then
Oh,
everything changes.
oh, yeah, that's heartbreaking.
So yeah, the more you suffer, right? And now it's interesting to see who's the you, right? Like so in some sense he's talking about her and her with her adventures and not being successful, right? Like going around in limbo, not making decisions in life, right? Like um but but also still coming back, right? Like and then it's like, yeah, like you keep coming back, and every time you come back, it's one more affirmation, and
Yeah,
it shows you really care. Yeah.
I definitely think he knows deep inside that he is the alpha in that situation. So I don't know. I guess I should
Real
stick up
alphas
for
playing
myself, but
betas.
I don't have to, in a sense. It's better this way where she comes back.
Mm-hmm.
Although the more you suffer, the more it shows you really care. I actually think he's hunting for feelings.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's either the suffering or the apathy. Like either or, you have to
Mm-hmm.
pick. Either you're not feeling anything and you're alone, or you're suffering through that actions of that really crazy girl that you like, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like
So that's
think
yeah.
I think it goes both
Mm-hmm.
ways, right? Like so for him it's also like well he's on the edge, right? Like like do I want this, right? Like is this actually like do I want to sign up for this? Like this girl is pretty crazy, right? Like in what she's doing, like do I really care enough for her to go through all of this, right? So that element
Yeah.
is in there, but it's also on the other side, right? Like where like she has to feel the feelings too, right? And she has to get to that place as well.
Yeah.
Now I'll relay this little bit. Happens more than I'd like to admit. Late at night, she knocks on my door, drunk again, and looking to score.
Okay, here he doesn't put effort into getting her except waiting for her to come drunk to him. So he already have this hook on her where she will come. It's like let's see, is it till 2 a.m.? Now she comes. Like 3 to 1, she knocks on my door. I think he kind of got used to it by that time. Like he knows her well enough to go through that pattern of behavior.
Mm-hmm. So there's a couple things there.
Hmm.
Well, there's a guilt element on his part, which
Oh, really?
well happens more than I'd like to admit, right? So he's like, it's not really not okay, right? Like I'd rather think of myself differently.
Yeah.
And then yeah, like late at night she comes in, right? Like so, but he's waiting for her till 2, right? Like so he's also anticipating it. And then there's this idea, right? Like she's been out, right? Like she's been trying, but she didn't succeed, right? And well, there might be 2 reasons. One is because nobody wants her, or the other one is because she wants nobody, right? Like nobody's good enough for her. And then she realizes, oh no, there's this guy, and I actually want that guy instead.
Well, and first of all, she's dating singer of Offspring, so I'm pretty sure everybody wants her. Like she's that type that everybody else wants, and she's like, I'm picking the singer of Offspring, but I want to torture him though. It's a
She
different
got no self-esteem, that's for
situation.
sure. Like this song is about her and not her not having self-esteem.
No, they both have self-esteem though. Like both of them. He's like, I like the play, and she's like, I also do. So let's play. That's how I see that song.
I don't know, like the way I see Drunk Again and looking to score, I see it as desperation.
But still, she comes to him, right? Like he's the safe bet who will accept her. Like in on the long run, she actually likes him more than everybody
Yeah.
else. Like is everybody else, she has fun, but then at the end, all beaten up and all feeling rejected and wanted, and she comes to him. Can you please raise up my self-esteem? And I want to feel loved again. Like, and he's like, I'm ready to provide that to you.
I don't know, like I get the sense that she's out drinking, trying to get courage to meet him, right? Like
No, it's not about him. Like if she's out to drink, she's trying to forget about him. It's like she's like, I'm
yeah,
not
okay.
facing that guy out of my vision. I'm independent. Woohoo!
Exactly. Until she's like, oh man, what am I doing? And then she drinks more. She's like, okay, like now I'm low enough to to get rid of my pride and go back to him.
I don't know if it's pride or pride. Like it's different. So she's it's connected somehow, right? So
Yeah.
she's like, it might be that she thinks that she doesn't deserve it in a sense.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why she likes to do stupid things. And then at
Yeah.
the end, she gets drunk. Oh, maybe the drunk part is a way to excuse herself because she likes coming back to him. And
Yes.
in reality, she's not even that drunk. She's like, let me tell him I'm drunk. And she's like super sober, like after 20 coffees. And she's like coming to him. I'm drunk. That's why I came to her, because she has commitment issues and she really likes
Yeah.
that guy.
Exactly. And that's what the fright is, right? Like the fright is with the
Mm-hmm.
commitment issue, right? It's like, oh, like this guy is really important to me in my life.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, no, I want to be independent, right? Like that's where the pride and the fright connect, like in that independence.
Now I know I should say no, but it's kind of hard when she's ready to go. I may be dumb, but I'm not a dweeb. I'm just a sucker with no self-esteem. What do you think about
Mm.
that line, Manuel?
I'm just a sucker with no self-esteem.
All of it.
He's just in it for the gains.
Well,
He's,
he did get laid. Like she came to him looking to score. So. So here he makes a decision. It's either that or apathy. Again.
Right. And so there's two ways to read this
Mhm.
last one again. I don't know why I keep going at two ways, but I know I should say no, right? Like one of them would be, well, I'm this moral person, right, where it's not okay. And the other one is no, like I really want her to accept her feelings, right? Like I should stand up for myself, and like if she wants sex, she should have it when she's not drunk and when she's choosing to have it instead of
I did
like,
not read that in that line though. So
well, I did.
I think I think the only way she can admit that she's like, okay, I give up is through the drunk state.
Hmm.
And then when she's sober, I'm free again. Bye, dude. I did it because I was drunk. So,
Yeah, but that's why he has to say no, right? To break that cycle.
he wants her to admit to herself
Yes.
that she wants him when she's sober. It's again, he's a hunter, right? Like he wants to get more and more and more of her. Like she is willing to give him only after I'm drunk and slept with all of your friends, you can have me. And he's like, no, I want to more of you when you're sober and when you chose me over all of my friends.
Mm-hmm.
Somehow.
Yes, that's definitely connected.
So yeah. He is hunting for her. I think he likes her a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Because in real world, the guy would be just like, let me find some other chick who wants me except you, who obviously doesn't want me, don't want me or something.
Yeah, I think he knows she wants him.
Yeah, maybe.
It's kind of hard when she's ready to go, right? So now it's
When she's ready to go, like he knows, like when she's there in his place and she's ready to go, and he's like, let's have fun. And I know, like with you, I will have tons of fun. Yeah. I
she's
think
just falling into the door, falling onto him.
he's like, I don't give a shit about my friends. I just want to have fun with you now. Yeah.
Yeah. So, did you look up the word dweeb?
I'm pretty sure dweeb is okay. Look it up. I'm
Oh,
looking
I'm
forward to
looking it up.
finding out what dweeb is. Again, guys, we are not English speakers here. Originally, Manuel speaks Dutch originally, and I speak 5 languages originally. None of them is English.
So, a dweeb is a boring, studious, or socially inept person. So, like a nerd or a geek.
So he's not that. He
Right.
just likes the girl coming over and like drunk girl is, let's have fun. And he's like, yes, I'm not a dweeb. Fuck the dweebs. Let's have fun. Yeah. I think he's actually having a lot of self-esteem in that song.
Yeah. Yeah, but I do also see the struggle that he's in, right? Because he's like, well, I see one reality, right, which is her not able to deal with her feelings, because I'm just gonna go all in on that, right? Like,
I think he likes a girl who goes through a process of emotional maturity, of maturing.
maturization, or yeah.
Maturing. So she goes through a process of maturing. Maturization. Let's make it harder. So she goes through a process of maturity. And she's at that stage where she still keeps coming to him. And I do believe if she comes to him after all of the stupid things she's done, he's the last call. She likes him most or trust him most. Yeah. And he's dealing with that situation. That is what this song is about. It's not self-esteem. I think that there is. I don't know if it's self-esteem though.
No, I like. I'm gonna go with Peterson. Self-esteem is not a good category to think about yourself. Like,
Yeah.
it's just, like there's these two worlds, right? Like there's this world where she's drunk, right? Like she admits effectively to herself the situation that she's in, and then there's this world where she's in control of herself, right? And she doesn't like to admit the place that she's at in life, and she's rebelling, right? And in some sense she's living a fantasy in that world, right? She's not admitting what is true for her, right? Because then she has to deal with the consequences. And I think that's kind of a state that we're all living in to some degree, right? Where it's like, okay, like we're doing things, but like, are we really admitting to ourselves why we're doing them and how they affect us? And then, like, I think from his side, the dilemma is, right, like you can't let that go on indefinitely, right? Because at that point she will just like embrace the fantasy that she's living in, right? And he will become the person that she thinks he is, right? And like there's no way to break that cycle. And the other one is, well, if you break it too early or in the wrong way or whatever, right? Like she'll be turned off by having to
He
face
doesn't
feelings.
want to lose her, even though she's like that.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that gives me a feeling of romantic kind of infatuation that she inspired in the singer of Offspring. Okay, let's summarize. Yes.
Yeah. So the summary is, well, what are you orienting on, right? Like, are you orienting on feelings? Are you orienting on things being spoken out, right? Verbal agreement. I think that's the dweeb contradiction with the sucker without self-esteem, right? Like there's this tension, and we have to navigate that tension. I think that's the message.
I think that song was about a lot of people and about a lot of emotions that people are dealing with. Thank you for analyzing it with me, Manuel. Everybody, please check out EM here, there, EM. I will provide the link to the Instagram gallery below. She is an amazing painter that helped me throughout a lot of my sadness. And that painting that you are currently seeing behind me, she did inspired by whatever my videos about Ukraine. So I will explain it later on. The painting will develop. The tree that grows into my face, it's my profile that she took. They will slowly get leaves and flowers. I'm looking forward to that. And yeah, thank you again, Manuel, for analyzing. Please, guys, check out Manuel's podcast. It's really awesome. We don't really try to understand others unless they're celebrities. But I encourage you to understand others as regular people as well. That is the platform and the space that Manuel provides. I'm grateful for it. All the links will be provided below. Okay.
Thank you.
Manuel, thank you for free time that you
Yeah, thank you
brought.
for your free time.
That's our sponsor. Guys, please enjoy it and use it wisely. Bye.
Bye.
Well, I guess I should stick up for myself. But I really think it's better this way. The more you suffer, the more it shows you really care, right? Yeah.